So this UK rapper / TikToker was the most viewed UK artist in 2022, beating out Ed Sheeran. He is probably one of the most known UK TikTokers. The guy has done his thing. But now it looks like he's taken a new direction and he's now even making gospel music, and on his TikTok, he's constantly preaching about Jesus Christ, which is a good thing. You cannot fault the man for preaching what he believes. He's received a little bit of backlash on TikTok from the way he's been presenting his ideas, which is understandable because religion is a touchy subject, you know what I mean? You're always going to annoy people if you're a certain religion because everybody believes that, you know what I'm saying, guys? I've always said debating religion is a waste of time. Started off as a TikToker and has transitioned into a successful artist to the point where he was doing better with music than he was on TikTok in recent times, if I'm correct, if I can remember. Today, we're going to be talking about Steps, my people. So leave a like on the video, guys. Thank you very much. So here is Steps' Spotify. As you guys can see, he's had a few big songs. His biggest song being Rock, which was pretty recent. Dropped that in late 2024. This song went absolutely off on TikTok, and I think it's shown his growth into an artist. Got 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is not a joke. Because if we take a look at Kyril Keys' Spotify, artist who's set to take over summer right now, who's doing his thing, and who recently gave me a cameo in his Central C diss track. I'm not sure when you guys are going to see this video because I'm on a break right now, but the day I'm recording this video is the day after he gave me that cameo. So today we're gonna do a live stream before I get on my flight, because I was meant to fly out yesterday and my flight got cancelled. So I'm just like, oh my god, I've got to make another video today because I had to post it. You know what I'm saying, guys? All because of what's going on out there, man. In 2022, ITV made an article about Steps, saying London rapper Steps sees off Ed Sheeran to become TikTok 2022's most viewed UK artist. Shout out to Fizzler, he collabed with Fizzler there.
And finally, TikTok have named their most viewed artist for 2022. With nearly 3 million followers, Croydon rapper and comedian Steps has taken the top spot, as Barbara Holmes now reports.
His unique sense of humour that his 2.8 million followers love.
Why are you sitting in the seat? Bro, look how many seats there are on the bus. Bro.
And of course his music.
I don't want to get copyrighted, but that whole format of like putting the camera in people's face, like it was Steps and JTA that kind of popularized that from my memory. Shout out to JTA as well. We did a podcast with him a few years ago.
Right, Ed Sheeran. That is nuts, yeah. Like, I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. Like, it's crazy.
Steps thinks his upbringing in Croydon fueled.
Big up Steps, man. I love how he said that at the end.
Maybe where I come up from, it's a different comedy to what people normally see. Do you get it? Because I'm not from a normal area. If I never grew up in Croydon, I would never be the person I am today. I personally feel like even if I didn't go to the same secondary school or the same primary school as I went to, I wouldn't be here.
Bro, why are you sitting in 4 seats? Why is he sitting in 4 seats and that?
You're by yourself, bro.
You're by yourself. There's literally 2 seats right here. Can you not see the 2 seats? Bro.
With over 100 million likes on TikTok, many people clearly appreciate his musical and comedic skills. His greatest talents might lie with his business and brand savviness.
Dance videos would get like a little bit lower views than a comedy video. When I do comedy, it'll go off on Instagram. So really and truly, I didn't start comedy because I found it fun at first. I started comedy because like I wanted it to like help with my music, and that's what happened, innit?
With such a successful year behind him, he's looking forward to stepping into 2023. Barbara Holmes, ITV News.
Yeah, so as Steps said there, music was his passion. Like, he would make music, dancing videos, and he used the comedy as a stepping stone, and he did that successfully executed the vision. Well, after this, Steps continued what he was doing, kept doing the music thing, and as I showed you guys earlier on in the video, in late 2024, he got his biggest song yet with Rock, and he's now on 3.5 million followers on TikTok. But if we scroll down, we need to find where he started posting about Jesus, because all of his TikToks now is God saved me, you know, him holding the Bible. And before he transitioned, his views, don't get twisted, these are still crazy views, even for TikTok, you know, because TikTok, you post so much more. And when he does his comedy videos, he's still getting, you know, he's still able to go viral. He knows how to go viral. He's reached that point with social media where you know what type of thing to post to go to that will do numbers, because it doesn't matter what the platform is. Once you've got your core audience, if you post something that you know your audience is gonna like and that can appeal to more people, that is how you grow. But obviously he had a high, and then when you're at a high, you know, it's hard to hit that high again. But this one here, posted in February, said, "Thank you, Lord Jesus." So clearly on his path to where he is now. I don't know this, but it seems like, you know, he's always been religious, but now he's decided to use his platform to fully just, you know what I'm saying, push his beliefs. And when you try and turn your platform into a religious platform, because we're going to take a look at someone called Gideon after, who did a similar thing, and then, well, he isn't doing it anymore. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to compare it to what Steps is doing now. It was this video that brought a lot of controversy. Hey, my people, if you're enjoying the video, if you could give it a like, it'd be very much appreciated. Chung Lee also asked if you guys could give it a like. It'd be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. W's in the chat.
I say Jesus is the only God and no other gods in the Bible. Who said that? Who said that? Who said it? Wait, where's he? Where's he?
I don't shoot it! It says here in Luke 4:18, Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring the good news. He has sent me to proclaim that captives.
And big ups, like, don't get twisted. I'm Catholic myself, but I don't open social media to see, to be preached about religion all the time. You know, if I want that, if I'm in that type of mindset, I'm gonna go and seek it out myself. And that's a lot of other people. And this is a part of who Steps is. And remember, like, people rock with Steps because of his music, because of the comedy, and because of who he is. Your core fan base is always built off of people who feel like they know you, you know, feel like they're connected to you. But the majority of people are not really trying to take this in, you know, in the comment section. Like, at first, because it's kind of early days with him, like, you know, centering his content around Christianity, there's going to be support, which is what we saw with Gideon. You know, you can't not respect it. Like, same thing for rappers who, you know, end up quitting rap and focusing on their religion. You can't hate on it. You respect it. Why would you want to hate on that? You know what I mean? But people ain't trying to talk about religion all the time. You know, there are people who make their religion a huge part of their personality. That's fine. But when religion becomes your entire personality, it's like, you know what I mean? Because if you take a look at Gideon, he deleted a lot. He had way more videos on his main channel. He just deleted a lot of his videos because he wasn't happy with it. He made a video here explaining it, and it's because he found he got close to God. And I think it was Gideon Premium, if we can find it. Now you can see the type of content he posts, but I want to see if he left his preaching content up. Okay, I think he ended up taking it down. But there was one point where he turned one of his channels into just a Christian channel, where he was like, you know, debating people about religion, things like that, talking about religion all the time. And at first, initially, it's like people are going to respect it, but people ain't trying to watch that, bro. This is a business. People are here for entertainment. People are looking to be preaching about religion, and, you know, like, people are going to go and find that themselves. People didn't subscribe to you because of that. Even the core fans, your hardcore fans, they're going to watch you initially, but eventually they're going to start watching other people because they want to be entertained at the same time. And what Gideon ended up doing is he started making content, which is amazing, by the way, where, like, catching predators, like lining up people who were talking to, you know, young things and exposing them. And he makes it entertaining. It's still the Gideon that we, you know, all grew up, you know, loving. And he's able to do good. But you guys know my opinion on a lot of these catch predator people, you know, like, yeah, you're catching weirdos, but at the same time, it seems like you're doing a bit too much. Like, Gideon's not one of them, but for a lot of these type of catch a predator people, I'll be thinking, let's check your hard drive, actually. For every finger you point at someone else, always point two fingers at yourself. You know, that's one thing. That's one way I view things all the time. Because if you even look at guys like Cycle and Mikey, you'll be thinking, yo, this guy's doing way too much. Like, what? Like, let's look at you. And then when you look at him, it's like, oh, his parents were killed by a drunk driver in another country, in Zimbabwe, but they were killed by a drunk driver, so it makes sense why he does what he does. And also in the religious community, you know, like the Speaker's Corners type community, yeah, people who debate religion, things like that. You even look at guys like Sneeko, who converted to Islam, started basing a lot of his content around him being a follower of Islam, converting. But when you start preaching religion, it's like, okay, now you're held to a different standard. It's like, if you mess up or do something, it's like, oh, well, you're preaching this, you're this, you're meant to be this, so what are you doing? It allows people to judge you even more and criticize you even more. That's why I think having a community that follows you because of religion is one of the most toxic communities you could have, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Because the belief is the only person who can judge you is God, but at the same time, people are going to criticize you. It's like, what, you're meant to be a Christian, what are you doing? Oh, you're meant to be a Muslim, what are you doing? And you choose to open yourself up to that, you know what I mean? Even here, Steps previews a gospel song.
When I rap, don't plan it. Aye, more time fighting these demons.
And you know what? I don't want to get copyrighted by Steps, but I respect this because Steps sees what he needs to do. You know, he wants to be a rapper. He wants to make music. I know in Islam, music is haram, but in Christianity, I don't think it is. But in my opinion, anyway, in the modern world we live in, bro, everything we do is haram. Everything we do is against the Bible anyway. Not everything literally, but nearly everything. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a verse in the Bible that will say that what I'm doing is wrong because I make content. You know what I mean? You can find a verse for everything. If Steps is able to keep making his music, but at the same time preach his message, which is what he wants to do. Preach the gospel, preach positivity, preach Jesus Christ, which I have every belief he can successfully do, bro. Credit to him. For me, my relationship with God is with myself. It's in here. I don't publicize my relationship with God. And I've learned over time that when things are good, you need to thank God when things are good, which is what I've been doing. Because I believe God is real, because I believe God saved me from losing my mind. When my grandmother passed, really messed me up, really messed me up. Still, like, whenever our anniversary comes by, I go off the rails. I don't go fully off the rails, but I'll catch myself, doing drugs or something like that. You know what I mean? Just something to escape reality. Because I lost my auntie, I lost my uncle, and I lost my grandmother. And at the same time now, my uncle's in the hospital, So that's been a lot on my mind recently. But you know what it is? Everybody goes through stuff. Everybody's going through what they got to go through. I got a job to do. That's to entertain you guys every single day. When my grandma passed, we went to Grenada, more specifically Carriacou, an island just off of Grenada, which is a part of Grenada, which is where my family's from. And we buried her there. And when my family, we all flew there together, and I was meant to fly back with them, but I didn't fly back with them. I ended up just going on a bender in America. I didn't care about life anymore. I wouldn't say I was feeling suicidal, but I just thought, what is the point? My grandma's dead. Like, what is the point of life? Like, what am I doing this all for when my grandma's just passed? I really didn't care about anything. I was in New York, Philadelphia, Jersey, Denver, Vegas, Los Angeles. Ended up getting arrested in Utah for speeding because I did a road trip from Denver to, LA, Vegas. Because I had a Z allowed on me. Because in America, when you're flying domestically, bro, you can fly with loud. It's really not that deep if you're going to another state where it's legal. But because I just come from California, Nevada, I'm thinking, yeah, Utah, like where the state I was going to end up in, Colorado, which I was going to fly back to New York from. Loud is legal in all of them places, but in Utah, it's not. So when I got pulled, like, he saw a pot, he searched the car, found a Z on me, I got arrested. I didn't really care. I was still in this mindset of, bro, who cares, Took some fat L's in Vegas. I was putting too much on the line in Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Just risking everything. But it was when I was in Jersey, it was when I was in New Jersey with a friend of mine out there, and I'm not taking the piss here. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this is literally when God saved me. Was in a hotel in Jersey. She was giving me heads. Like, she was sitting down, I was standing up, like, window, like the curtains are undrawn, and we're looking into a car park. Like, we were just high as hell, talking on my zoot while I'm getting brizz, and then out of nowhere, snapped back into reality. And the way I was so mentally messed up, for me to just be snapped back into normal like that was God. I'm telling you. It's like God realized, oh my God, I need to save this. I need to save you. You know what I mean? You just like, you can't be like. From that point on, patting myself up. Shortly after that, went back to Grenada, spent a bit more time with the family out there, and then I just came back to the UK. You know what I mean? So that's one experience for me. That's why I believe God is real. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about steps. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you disagree with me? What do you think about this whole situation? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love to every single one of you.